Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Phatkat Collections. Today I got another amazing Spinnaker watch for you guys, and this is one of Spinnaker's newest releases. In all honesty, this is one of Spinnaker's most expensive watches that they've come out with to date. Again, price depends on when you get it, where you get it, and with what coupon code, which means you want to make sure you use my link in the description and use the coupon code. I'm not sure if it works on this particular watch, but as with anything that you buy through my links, always try the code. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on what kind of sale they have going on. So today, without further ado, this is Spinnaker's brand new forged carbon Tesei. I think I'm saying that right. It's T-E-S-E-I. We'll get to that, right? So first, just gotta give you guys kind of just a quick unboxing. Got the box, a little different than a lot of the other Spinnaker boxes, but you do have that standard cardboard exterior. Open it on up here, and you know, your traditional typical foam you're gonna find in most watches, right? Kind of like this nautical, I'd say, kind of like oceanic, kind of wavy pattern. And of course, the box, really like the box on this. A lot of times Spinnaker watches come in just regular cardboard. I like these dive cases. And this one, what I like most about this one is that it's a little bit smaller. So a lot of the cases you get, whether it be Nubeo, RGMT, Invicta, whatever you may get in the dive case, they're always typically larger than this. So I like the fact they made it a little bit smaller. Just kind of a basic plastic construction. Open it on up here. You have the plastic interior. Basically just states the name of the watch. It's T-E-S-E-I. Tesei, I think I'm saying that right. Then that lays over the foam. You have your watch, extra band, and of course a push pin remover or push pin fork, and of course the branding on the inside. So we won't spend too much time on this because at the end of the day, it's just a plastic box, although it does have a cool dive presentation. So let's get right to it. So here it is. Now this is the watch. Now this is available in two other variations. They're done in all stainless steel, although this one is the forged carbon version. So we're going to kind of talk a little bit about that and some of the concerns I had going forward with this watch, but absolutely love it. So one thing I really like when it comes to adding a new watch to my collection, whether it's something I buy or whether it's something that's sent to me, like for in this case from Spinnaker, I like unique watches that are different. And I love 3/16 stainless steel. I say it in a lot of my videos, there's really no other material you really need in a watch. But when it comes to watch collecting, sometimes it's not really about what you need. It's just about adding cool, new, unique pieces to the collection. So as you can see, forged carbon case on this. And we'll talk about the specification in a second. Very cool look. I love the way that this carbon looks. It really just takes the watch outside of your standard stainless steel and gives it kind of a unique look, right? Now, I did put this on just a black AliExpress stainless steel bracelet. I don't even know if this is 3/16, but it probably is, just done with a black coating. I've had this bracelet on many different watches over the last like 3 or 4 years. Held up surprisingly well for about $10. And so it just is incredible what you get for your money. Does this bracelet do the watch justice? I wish Spinnaker had their own bracelet for this one here, but it still looks great, and it gives me that that stainless bracelet look and feel that I prefer in a watch. Now it does come with two different straps. It comes with the, where did I do with them? I just had them here. It comes with the rubber strap, and of course the, what do you call this? Like a nylon. I always call it like a Cordura. It's I think it's like a nylon. Your NATO strap, right? Black hardware on it. Pretty cool. I just have one side to the rubber strap. This is silicone actually. And so what's kind of cool about these straps is that these are glow in the dark. So I know you can't see it by the video. I don't know if we're going to edit this video or not, but these do glow like that classic 80s Indiglo kind of green. Very cool. Now, again, for me, I do wear silicone straps. I have a lot of watches on rubber or silicone or isoframe, but I'm always gonna be more of a bracelet guy. I just like the way like steel feels in my wrist. I like the way a bracelet personally looks on the watch. Although this does look fantastic on any of these straps here. I'll give you kind of an idea of what it looks like, just to give you guys kind of look you're going to be getting. Very Stormtrooper kind of vibe. Definitely, I think white was a good choice, but you could also rock a black strap on this. I think it's kind of odd they didn't give you a black strap. They gave you the white silicone or the white, again, NATO style strap, but they're both really cool. And this is a standard 22mm lug width, so you can easily find straps to your heart's content. I think a Stingray strap would look fantastic on this, but you know, I chose to throw it on this. And you know, and the thing about this watch too is if you were to have this done with like a stainless steel bezel or even just like a carbon bezel, you wouldn't really be able to pull off this black bracelet on this. And it works really well just because you have that plated stainless steel bezel. It almost looks like it could have came from the factory like this. It definitely, I think, downplays the watch a little bit. You know, anytime you have a black watch, it is a lot more subdued. This is not a watch I think that you're going to wear and people are just going to be noticing, but you'll notice it because it is such a cool material. Now, if you don't like the black, again, it is available in a couple different colors. You have the, what I'm going to say is an enamel face. It's white with a stainless steel case, and then they've done the bezel in a forged carbon. Now, it looks like it's a forged carbon insert on those particular models. As far as pricing on these, they do range from $550 to $950 is what the going rate is now for this watch. It looks like $650 for the black face, $550 for the white enamel, and then this particular one, $950. Again, my coupon code will give you a discount on this, but these, you know, depending on how popular these are, they may or may not go on sale. So if it's something you really like, I'd urge you, if it fits into your budget and you like it a lot, to pick it up and get it. These are limited, I think, to only 30 units, and we'll get to that, of course. As far as the other colors, I'd say the white face version with the stainless case is very icy. It's very Arctic. The other one has what appears to be a black face, but it's not. And what they've done is they've brought that forged carbon look to the face of the watch as well. And I don't know if you can, you're probably not going to be able to really make this out on camera here, but basically this entire face glows. So there's luminescence infused in this carbon-like face. Very cool. I know maybe I'll throw some pictures up here if I edit this video, but what I encourage you to do is just click the link in the description and you can see a picture of me, you know, with the watch right now, but it's not really going to give it justice. Just click the link in the description, check out what it looks like under, they have it under a UV light, which is really going to glow. So with that being said, you know, I'd say that like feature is definitely cool. If you're going to a club or you're under some kind of black lights, it's just going to bling, right? But if you're going to wear it out in the sunlight and bring it in, generally the lume on like straps and on the face, it's not really going to last that long. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I'd say maybe you get, you know, 15, 20 minutes out of it, and it's really going to drop off pretty quick. It's not like when you have lume on, like a good quality lume on a watch that seems to glow for a lot longer. The band is not going to glow that long, but it's still very cool. And, you know, for me, I didn't really care too much about that, so I wanted to put it on the black bracelet. All right, now let's talk about the specifications on this. So one thing I was a little bit confused on when I first got this, I said, because the way that they describe this watch, they say, let me just read you here what it states, just so you guys are 100% aware. It says here that it's got and they're limited to 100 units each one, so get it while you can. It says here it's built with a forged carbon aesthetic. Now, I wasn't sure because the watch weight, it feels, even on the silicone strap, it feels like a stainless steel watch. It feels heavy. So I wasn't sure if, and when I say heavy, I say that loosely. I just mean it doesn't feel like, if you were to compare a titanium watch versus a stainless steel watch, the stainless steel one definitely feels heavier, right? So this, I guess I kind of pictured a forged carbon watch being kind of lightweight and kind of feeling almost like the Moon's watch by Omega. You know, those feel very lightweight. This one just feels like a standard stainless steel watch. So I wasn't really sure if this was just a forged carbon-like plating or what. Now, I did not reach out to them to get confirmation, but I'm going to read you what it says directly off their website. And this is kind of binding. You know, if you buy a watch and it states one thing and it's not, then, you know, you do have some recourse. But it says here, each Tesei variant offers a unique interplay of luminous and forged carbon elements. The white frost is obviously the white one. Monochrome elegance with a luminous forged carbon bezel. The black frost features a full forged carbon case and dial, so this must be the black frost. And then, of course, steel frost has seamless bezel and dial. It says seamless bezel and dial in forged carbon. So I'm not sure if the steel frost actually has lume on the bezel and face. I'd say it would. So, and it says you're limited to 400 pieces total. So one of these color variations you might get, you know, maybe the other two are, maybe one of them's 200, right? 150 or whatnot. So If you go, when you click the link and you read about this watch, it's going to say Japanese 3 hands with date, something I've been trying to get them away from, but they do list here under the full write-up on this. Precision engineering is how they label it. And I'm just going to give you guys, the important information. It's an NH35, right? So you have your reliable NH35 automatic movement, a very popular automatic movement done in thousands of watches out there. I've always said it's really all you need. Unidirectional rotating bezel. You have a screw down crown, 43 millimeter case diameter, 30 ATMs of water resistance. You have that extra nylon strap, the 22 millimeter silicone glow infused strap. Again, anti-reflective sapphire coated lens. And it says here carbon fiber of the case material, but this to me is not carbon fiber. When I think of carbon fiber, and for you guys who know more about this, maybe I'm wrong, but I think of carbon fiber as having that kind of basket weave pattern. This to me is more of like a forged carbon, what I typically have seen in what forged carbon looks like. So they do state that it is a carbon case, right? Whether it's fiber or forged, it is a carbon case. And so based on what they list here, I'd say that this is not plated, but this is actually a authentic carbon case. It probably just feels heavy because it's probably just so dense. And that's just my assessment. I don't know with 100% certainty. But overall, it's a really cool looking watch and very different. I really hit you guys with all the specifications. And just as far as what Tesei means and what they state about this, it says here, why Tesei? The Tesei collection takes inspiration from the world oceanic engineering using high-performance materials, specifically used in nautical engineering capabilities such as titanium bronze. Which is odd because this particular watch, maybe they make a bronze watch, but typically these watches it's kind of one or the other, right? So you have stainless steel elements, you have forged carbon elements. If you get a bronze watch, you're going to have stainless steel elements and bronze. So this watch does not, to the best of my knowledge, have any bronze. It does have a helium release valve on the side, which they don't have listed, but very cool. And as far as the material, it says forged in carbon, frosted in elegance. Step into the realm where frost meets the strength of forged carbon. They just mention it. They don't really go too in depth there. It talks about the NH35 movement. I don't think any of you folks who collect watches really need to know about that. It's a very well respected. They call it the workhorse movement. It's really all you need in a watch, in my opinion. And it does say it again, carbon fiber case. So they're really kind of hitting that home. And what else here? It says it has radiant luminescence. And so basically, if you were to throw this on the silicone strap, you're going to find on this particular watch that the case, the face, and the strap glow. Let me see if I can, give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can find something. All right, so I don't know how well this is going to work with this, but I have a UV light. Probably should have had that before I started the video. But let me see if it... Yeah, so it's kind of odd. It doesn't actually, like... I'm going to say fluoresce. I don't know if that's the right word, but when you put it under UV, it doesn't really, like... Normally when you put, like, lume under UV... Let me see if I can... Well, maybe not. All right, let me charge it up a little bit. I don't know how well it's going to come across in the video, but... you probably won't be able to see this, but basically the face in the case, yeah, you can kind of see. It actually glows. So that's pretty cool. Now, again, you can see like even under direct UV light, like it's not just glowing like crazy, right? If we compare this just to this Nubeo that I have sitting here, when I put this lume under, just on the indices, I mean, very quickly, you can see it's glowing really bright with not a lot of charge. Whereas when you put the forged carbon watch here by Spinnaker, it glows, but it's not like, I don't think it's really going to wow you to the point where, this sucker's just glowing off your wrist. And even under black light, I might have misspoke. It doesn't really, I don't know, maybe if you had enough, if you were under enough black lights, this would really, really glow better. But when I charge this, see if I can show you here. Put it on for like 10 seconds. Like real quick, you can see it's glowing. But, sorry guys, we're losing focus here. There we go. But you can see rather quickly it kind of dies off. And even if I cut my hands, like it has a little bit of a glow. but it's not going to really stick around for too long. Same thing with the strap. Like, I'll charge this up and you can get an idea of what it might look like here. So you can see we got some lume, but it fades really quick. Now, if I cut my, like, we do have lights in this room, so if I cut my hands, I don't know if you can see that, like, it's still glowing, but how long that will last, I can't really tell you, but, like, even cupping my hands now, it has a little bit of lume, but I've worn this watch for a couple days now. I've had it in direct sunlight, and when I take it to the house, like, it's not like you see it just glowing like crazy, but I think it's still really cool. It's still a very interesting watch. And, you know, if you like watches that are pretty unique and want to add something, you know, as we start to collect more and more watches, you know, you get your, it depends on what you're into. Like, I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to watches. Like, I'll wear pink, I'll wear purple, I'll wear green, black, you know, gold, whatever it may be. So I really like a big variety. Not everybody's like that, but if you do have a lot in your collection, you look for something kind of unique. I will say that carbon watches are kind of unique. There's not a lot of companies making them. There's a few you can find on AliExpress. Nubeo has a few, but when it comes to like more of your basic standard, you know, modest watch, it's not like overly huge. It's not like it doesn't have huge wrist presence. You know, this is one of the few out there. And I know if you compare prices, the only thing you can find some on AliExpress that are like off-brand, no-name watches, but you're not going to get a Spinnaker for one. And the other thing, though, I will state, I wish they would have made this with a carbon bracelet. And I think that's where they kind of dropped the ball in this watch. This is an awesome watch, don't get me wrong. Like, absolutely love it. As soon as I saw it come out, I reached out to my contact. I was like, I got to get my hands on that. But, you know, it would have been a lot cooler having a carbon bracelet. And I think that in time, sometimes when I drop these little hints, they do come around and make changes and they do produce different things. But this watch would be off the charts awesome if they just would have done, again, that carbon bracelet. And you don't necessarily have to do a full carbon bracelet, although I think that's the wisest choice. But you can do alternating links. Like if you ever look at my Visser dive watch, it does carbon fiber links, which have that basket weave pattern. And they're larger links, so they're probably about the size of two of these, but it alternates between stainless steel and carbon. And even if they did something like that, where each one of these links would alternate between like black plated stainless steel and carbon, I think it would have really added to the watch. Because let's face it, a bracelet on a watch it's the big part of the watch, right? And so with this, you're generally looking at an almost black watch, and you really have to kind of like get a little closer to it to see that it's not just gray like it is that forged carbon. But overall, I mean, it's a killer looking watch. I'm really glad to have it in the collection. As far as the price on this, so let's talk about price. Like $950, throw my coupon code on there, maybe get it for like $800. I think you get 10% off my coupon code. I think for an NH35 watch, it's a little steep, but like with any Dartmouth brand, these are always on sale. And so if you're just a smart shopper and you just, you know, take a look at the sales, keep checking my link, you'll probably get it for less. However, with that being said, sometimes folks will wait, and if you wait for a good deal, you may lose out on getting this. Like, there are only 100 units. This is going to sell out. Spinnaker watches are super popular. People love the quality. And I've said it many times that if you love Spinnaker, you will like Nubeo and really any of the Dartmouth brands. And that can be said for Bulova, Citizen, Invicta, Aragon. They're all making really great watches. And that's the nice thing about affordable watches. Even though this is kind of on the, when we're talking affordable, I always consider affordable like under $1,000. When we're talking of affordable watches, that's kind of on the top tier of that, right? Because really what we're getting here for this price is still an NH35, which you can get an Invicta watch for $65, which I will state is awfully close to the quality of this. Is this a little bit nicer? Sure, but not by much. So you're really paying a premium for this lume, for this carbon case. Is it cool? Not downplaying at all. It's a badass watch, but you know, it is on the steeper side for an NH35. Now, what would I have liked to see them do here? I would like to have seen them do a Sellita in this. I think it would have rationalized the price of the watch a little bit more, cost them a little more for the movement, but I think it would have been a lot easier for people to stomach spending $900 for a watch with a Sellita. For $950 for a watch with an NH35, I think it's a little steep, but it is a badass watch. Remember that sometimes they'll come out with these watches because they know people do like limited edition stuff, and 100 units worldwide is not a lot, right? These are going to sell out. So just be a smart shopper. Click my link, bookmark it, do whatever you want. keep checking back because I do think you will find these on sale. I know they had their St. Patrick's Day sale, which I think is over. And I don't think these watches really went on special though. Now, if you don't want to spend the money, $9.50 for this, you can definitely get the other variation. But I think this is the best one. I will state that the forged carbon one in the white face looks pretty cool too. But you're really only talking about a forged carbon bezel, and even then, for a forged carbon bezel for $5.50 with an inch 35, that's kind of on the steep side. And I can't wholeheartedly and honestly say that, oh man, yeah, you're getting quality on this watch you're not going to get for $150. You know, the quality of this watch is really on par with all the other Spinnakers. There's really nothing that makes this watch really super, high quality or unique compared to all the other Spinnaker watches you can get. So just kind of be a smart shopper. Get it while you can get it for the best price. I know right now that I think you can get 20% off on this, but don't quote me on that. I don't know when you guys will actually watch this video, but like I said, I'm never going to come at an angle where I'm going to rationalize spending several $100s more for something and make it about like quality. Like a lot of these watch reviewers out there will be like, oh, well, this watch, you're getting this and this and this. And honestly, at the end of the day, you're going to pay a premium for this watch because of that forged carbon, because of the lume, and because it's limited edition. If that means something to you and you can afford it and you like it, then absolutely this is the watch for you. If you're looking at this price being like, age 35, forged carbon's cool, but then probably not the watch for you. But overall, though, whatever you decide to get, you can get a lot of bang for your buck with many different watch models and watch brands. And overall, Spinnaker is an amazing company. And maybe this isn't a watch for you. Check out the other models. Use my coupon code, and you'll be very happy with what you get. So thanks for watching, folks. Have a fantastic day, and take care.